It's not just B.
Hey, it's your girl, Lady Leo. We back, B.
We back in the month of May.
We are.
We made it back in the month of May.
Mayday.
Yeah, month of May. Yeah, for sure. What's going on with you?
Shout out to all the graduates. We talking about graduation.
Shout out to the graduates. We down here at Smoky Face Smoke Shop.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
We are.
42 feet of truth.
Hey, come and see us. Check us out. Check our websites.
Websites, web pages, social medias, all that.
All that good stuff.
Find out what's going on in the Smoky Face, because I know next week, I think next weekend we got the game night that's supposed to be going down?
Yeah, Saturday night. Yes, that's a big thing.
12, which really, you know what I'm saying?
And that starts pretty early, too.
Yeah, it starts pretty early, and it's worth it, you know what I'm saying? Get on the socials and check it out. Scan the QR code, get your ticket, whatnot. It's going to be food. Infused all this and everything, all kind of games and everything.
It's pretty good.
Everybody always has a great time coming to that event.
Always.
So, definitely check that out.
See y'all there.
Definitely check it. It sell out fast too. So, you got till next weekend or whatever, but it's probably going to sell out probably by this weekend. Ain't no telling. It sell out pretty quick though. But
it does, because that last show was sold out.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So, B, how was your week?
The week was busy, as usual. Yeah, expensive and busy. See, keep it real.
Okay.
It was expensive.
That's what usually happens.
Yeah, for sure. What about you? How was your week?
It was interesting. And last week of school for the kiddo.
That is.
So I got band, choir, performances like every day. It's like really.
On the last week of school?
On the last week of school, y'all. What do y'all think about that? That is.
They must supposed to be in school a little longer or something.
They needed to be. Remember how we used to go, we didn't get out of school until like June 1st, June 2nd or something. But shout out to all the graduates, of course, from college to high school to whatever grade, kindergarten, going into whatever. Congrats to all the parents. Good job.
Yeah, for sure.
Steer them in the right direction. Yeah. Keep feeding them knowledge. All that good stuff.
You got them this far. You know what I'm saying? They continue to go.
Yeah, they still gonna need your hand.
Yeah,
so still, hold on to them and still got them. They might not want it, but they still get it to them.
Oh, yeah.
So, speaking of graduation, B, I was telling you and the audience member about a graduation I went to and how, tempers flare up that time of day and
everybody go to jail.
Emotional.
Nobody
went to jail. So I'm on the internet, of course, and I seen this man graduated from college and he wanted to take his son on stage. Well, you can't take your kid on stage with you.
No, this ain't gonna bring your kid to class day. What's going on? What they got going on?
So when they called his name, he had his baby in his hand and he walked in and the authorities was like, oh no, we gonna get you,
What you mean?
Yes, because he wasn't supposed to take the baby on stage.
Okay, he might not have had a babysitter. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
The girl was there.
Okay.
He told his son that, and the baby was a baby. So probably about maybe some months.
Okay.
Baby. But it was baby. Yes. Okay. Wasn't no walking age. He had to carry him across and receive the diploma. They let him do all that. He shook the people's hand and everything with the baby in his hand. Now they showing all this.
He got his picture and everything with his baby. He got his picture with the baby. He got to say that's memorabilia right there. That's memorabilia. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is something like, hey, son, you got to make it to this level.
Yes, you know what I'm saying? Yes. So the authorities was not happy about that beat.
So what they do?
They sat up there and they were gonna chase him. So when they called his name, they was down on the floor waiting until he got done. So they thought he was gonna come back that way, but the authorities was on the stage waiting on him to come past them. So they stayed on the stage waiting on him. So they got him and they just fined him and was like, hey,
Authorities like the police?
The police, yes.
I wouldn't think they had any kind of jurisdiction like that.
They did.
You know what I'm saying?
When they said this, they showed him the rules. They showed him, and he knew all of that. He just was like, I'm taking my baby.
That's funny, because I remember a story. Yeah, that's funny.
I'm going to do this.
I remember a story about a classmate. He wasn't my class. He was my brother's class, actually. And he was telling everybody how he was going to walk across stage with a whole ounce of that, you know what I'm saying, stick in his pocket, right?
Goodness.
He done told everybody this shit, right?
Did they get him?
As soon as he walked off stage, hey, man, what you got in your pocket, bro?
He talked too much.
He talked too much. Bam, he had a whole, you know what I'm saying, onion in his pocket.
He was back in the day. He was back in the day Instagram nigga.
He got escorted in handcuffs in his gown, in his robe. Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's a hell of a thing to go to.
I know his mama was like, yeah,
just pissed.
Yeah,
you know what you doing?
Pissed.
To a jail cell.
Damn it. You know what? That is wild because all the graduation stories are coming out to where the kids in, I want to say down south, I don't know what high school it was, but after all of them got the diploma, they started dancing. They played some certain song and they just, everybody was just dancing on the down where they were graduating.
And that wasn't part of the program.
That wasn't part of the program. So, you know, a lot of people in the comments are saying how hood that is, ghetto. Why would y'all degrade the ceremony like that? What do you think about that, B? On them, you know, celebrating that they graduated. It was a big accomplishment.
It sounded like it was organized. That's what it sounded like.
I think so because all of them started dancing.
So who somebody that had connects with the loudspeaker and all that and everything. Hey, the kids are smart. They pulling stunts like that.
And
they pulling stunts
people
early.
did not like that. They felt like it just messed up the ceremony. The ceremony was over though. They did it after the ceremony. Oh man! So I didn't see what the big deal. Yeah, they did. They got in trouble.
What was they gonna do? You can't come back. I'm gone.
Well, they can hold their diploma.
Hold it for what?
I don't know. They
can
do
take
what?
It. And say how to get it.
I'm just saying, I don't know what they're gonna do.
They might fine them or something. It might be a fine.
Cut out with the fees. What's up with the fees?
They just on the money.
Stop it with the fees.
So it is crazy how graduation brings out. I mean, it reminds me of weddings.
It's an emotional time. I can see that. It's an emotional time because a lot of families don't get to experience. You know what I'm saying? Loved ones, actually graduating across. Because of all the different things in the world that's going on, especially with these teenagers and YNs and all that,
these new ninjas out here.
It's sad how some of them ain't even making it to graduation because of what I'm saying.
Remember we talked about the Anthony story, the team that killed the track and field. Yeah. Well, they let that boy graduate. They let him walk across the stage.
They let him graduate. Oh, the one that did the stabbing?
Yes, the one that did the stabbing. Okay. He got to graduate, and everybody's in an uproar about that on why should he walk, why should he graduate, why should this, why that.
He killed somebody. Did he
go to jail? He went to jail.
Well, he was out on bail. So
shit, he killed somebody. He didn't flunk.
I mean, and technically, you're exactly right. You're exactly right. I don't think they have any kind of rules or laws against.
I killed a nigga. I didn't flunk out of
since you put it like that,
he's within the legal guidelines.
That ain't got nothing to do with my school.
The family of the kid that got out alive, he's very upset, very disappointed in the school district, very disappointed in how the administrators handled the whole situation, and think that. He should have never walked with the class. Yeah, he could have got his diploma, but he shouldn't have been at no ceremonies, celebrating nothing. This is how that family feels. What do you think about that, B?
I mean, here's the thing, though, right? Like, so if basically they said, no, he can't do this, he can't do that, with the way the story played out, it almost is like they sound like they're accepting bullying, because that's how the whole situation initiated, was by bullying. And are we saying that that's okay? You know what I'm saying? Are we saying bullying is okay?
Never looked at it like that.
I mean, that's it.
But why do you think that that's a form of bullying? Because that parent doesn't have his child walking across the stage.
I'm talking about the whole situation to its entirety, from the beginning of how it happened. You know what I'm saying? It was a bullying situation. Okay. So this young man protected himself, and someone lost their life due to him protecting himself. I mean, that's had that not occurred, everybody would be graduating, right?
True.
You know what I'm saying? This is about the initiation. So, I mean, is that okay? That's how I feel about it. Is that okay? You saying bullying is okay? But I mean, in the adult world, just like, police unaliving unarmed people, you know what I'm saying? And they walk away scot-free, and, it's, where you go? What do you do?
What do you do? You're right, because I got a story on that one too. But okay, so to touch on what you said, so you saying that's a form of bullying on the reason why the family is voicing their opinion on the student graduating and shouldn't graduate. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't see it as bullying because they're looking at it like my child is not here to celebrate, or we celebrate my child. So why does this person get to still continue to live their life and have fun like nothing never happened?
We're gonna call George Zimmerman and ask him how he feels about it.
Okay, so now you're gonna get George Zimmerman.
We're gonna ask him what life's been like. How his life changed since Trayvon Martin.
Well, they raised plenty of money for him too.
Hey, as far as I know, he living in a nice fat house in Florida somewhere. Wow. You know what I'm saying? Probably eating big shrimps and crawfish and all kinds of shit. You know what I'm saying?
So with that being said, with the kids and bullying and things like this. So I don't know if you saw the two little kids, the 7 and 9-year-old that had a pistol. I'm sorry.
I think I did see that.
Did you see that? And they were playing with it behind
I seen that.
the heat or air conditioning thing. So what they were doing, they were playing with it back and forth. Now they were standing there like they knew what they were doing with this pistol.
Like they was in a full-blown
standoff
or something.
So the police is trying to talk them down.
One of those little jokers pointed at the police. And I'm like, I'm gonna see this kid get hit with a bullet and fly.
All they did was talk to these kids.
Oh man, they didn't.
So
it was disturbing on that level.
It was.
Not that it was just because it was kids, but it was disturbing that you mean to tell me you let this individual point a gun at you and you don't know if it's loaded or not, and y'all did not take action then?
Yeah, they said it was loaded. They said that the one 9-year-old had his finger on the trigger. But it reminds me of
no one was going to get put down.
What was the kid that was in the park that played with the toy gun and they just rolled up and shot him?
Yeah.
And that's what
Tamir Rice.
Yeah, Tamir Rice.
Yeah.
And so from what I'm looking at is why is it that they didn't kill those kids and they're pointing and playing back and forth, they wrestling and tugging over the gun and they knew that was a real
gun. It wasn't no mistake about it.
There were some black kids that would have been shot up.
Man, they would have been shot, no questions asked.
None at all.
Down that they pointed the gun at them.
Well, these kids did point the gun at them.
I said if it was black children, they were swooping down that those children pointed the gun at them, even though they probably did or wouldn't. But these children did.
Yeah.
But are they dead?
No, because they finally apprehended them. They finally got them.
They was clear.
Yeah.
And was eating Pop-Tarts by the morning.
Clear as day. They was having a good time. They was arguing on who gonna have a gun.
Motherfuckers had McDonald's that night.
And then a big noise happened and it kind of startled them a little bit and it distracted them. Yeah. So then they were able to bum rush the kids, but it was still like, are you fucking kidding me?
Man.
That why you guys didn't either tase them, do something to these kids, but just talk to them, gentle parenting them. Man, that's what they did, and that's disturbing.
That whole situation is just that whole thing. It could have went all the way left. And other situations, like say, if it was a different color child, it would have went all the way left, and it would have been probably overlooked, and you probably wouldn't even never heard about the story. It probably would have been one of those situations you would have never heard about until it slowly gained traffic 9 months down the road. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but they quickly.
Did they ever ask them to drop their weapons?
Oh, they asked several times.
And they kept playing with it and ignoring them.
They sit there joking and laughing, playing back and forth like it's a game.
Yeah, they was passing it back and forth to each other. The one kid put it behind his back.
They wrestling it out of each other's hands. All that. I love it.
It was a standoff. A true standoff with the po-po.
Man.
And the po-po.
As small as them kids was, they could have just dropped a big old tarp over them and just let them be blinded and then, let whatever happen. Let whatever happen.
You say what? Yeah, they would have. The kid that had the gun probably would have shot.
It probably wouldn't needed to happen like that. I'm sorry. It's probably needed that. They wasn't there. They was on the phone probably.
They wasn't there. They didn't care about the kid. They never said nothing.
Probably didn't even know. Probably didn't even know. Probably didn't.
Probably didn't.
Probably got that phone call like, we got your kids.
You got your kids here. And
I'm sorry, but
a full standoff.
Your child has been shot and killed. They didn't get that call.
No,
they got the call. Come pick the kids up down at the station. They was cutting up.
And I'm gonna have to look into it to see if they disciplined them in any way. The kids, the 9-year-old.
So discipline from who?
They gotta go to juvie or something. Something had to happen to them.
I just said they was eating Pop-Tarts and cereal and Coca Colas by the morning. They had McDonald's, Burger King like fun. Shit. They was out in the playland playing that night.
Playing with a dog.
Oh yeah.
And where they got it from? You know what I'm saying? Where they get it from?
Whose guns up?
You know what I'm saying?
It had to been one of their parents.
Passing back and forth.
Who
black kid have been dead.
Felt like they saw where their parent put the gun and they went and got it.
It's a sad situation. It shouldn't even have happened off the rip. It shouldn't even have happened. It shouldn't even have happened off the rip. And the plot twist is just it's
crazy. I didn't even get it out.
The plot twist is crazy. They just let the shit happen. I just let the shit happen.
So with that being said,
it's crazy.
Anyway, B. So that being said, watch your babies around your firearms.
No, lock your firearms up. Put them away.
Put it up. Don't glorify that. That is not healthy.
If you got your firearm out, have it on you.
Yeah, it was by the grace of God those kids did not harm themselves or anybody else. So, I mean, it's really sad that you have to compare it to the other kids.
You see the story so much.
Yeah, you do.
You see the story so much.
You do.
There's a lot of kids that done killed themselves, if not their sibling, because a gun was out. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah.
And then you ask the questions months down the road, whatever happened. Like the kid that went to the school who got a gun from his mom's house and shot up the school and all that down in Texas or whatnot, everything. Right. And they found out what happened, where they got the gun from, and the parents already knew and everybody already knew. But I don't know if we've got to end into that story, but chances are somebody got slapped with a little $250
That's all fine. Probation or something.
You can't be around service. Nobody can be around firearms
Yeah, that type of stuff. So just keep an eye on your babies and watch them and guide them. I guess that's the only thing we can say. I mean, for our community, it's difficult. For their community, it's like whatever goes. So it just train them and teach them. If you want them to be around fire, train them how to use the guns.
Yeah. Safety.
Gun safety, because that's the only way that they'll probably survive in this up and coming world that we are in.
Man. What else you got going on?
So anywho, so we talked about the graduation. We talked about school. School's almost out. My kid is going to summer school.
Yeah, okay.
Talked about
the guns and everything, kids and everything.
Yes. So on that note, we talking about a man. Okay, so I know you hate when I go through this, but it be showing up
here we
all
go.
the time.
Here we go with the bullshit.
I mean, what you want to talk about? Politics?
Nah, come on. We ain't got to talk about that. Yeah, that shit just as stupid as these kids with these guns. Yeah, that might as well be a kid in the goddamn White House. You know what I'm saying? The way shit he doing.
We talk about how Trump is.
He out there playing tiddlywinks and shit. He up here playing Go Fish with the fucking United States.
Yeah, you can talk about how Trump said
playing board games with the fucking United States.
All white South Africans can get immunity in America.
They brought them over.
Yeah, they came over.
Yeah.
Because these white farmers are being killed for their land.
Yeah, with no really support behind. Yeah, with no support behind that shit, because the damn president was like, man, where is this happening at? He's like, did you do your research, Trump? Okay. He's like, where is this happening at? Because he don't.
And then most of them that are over here, or all of them, don't even have no skills, no nothing.
They farmers.
They don't have that. They already been said that that was all a lie.
Well, how the hell they a farmer?
That was all a lie. They said that.
So
it was all a lie.
So
they don't have no skills.
So I got a question
or any of that.
I got a question on this. So when all the South Africans come over here and start taking the jobs, like how the Mexican was, are they gonna get mad? What's gonna happen then?
They taking black jobs.
Yeah, you know, yeah, they gonna take all the.
What is a black job?
I don't know.
Now they gonna take all the Mexican jobs because all the Mexicans back in Mexico. He deported all the Mexicans.
So we traded Mexicans
Oh
for white Africans.
White Africans. Come the hell on.
They don't know how to do that.
Do that make them an African American? I just want to know. It just does that make them an African American? He just said they gonna be citizens though.
No.
So they're African American.
Yep, they ain't even gotta go through the process.
So now on the application, it ain't gonna say African American black. It's gonna say African American white or black. And you have to. Come on, man. You got too many
Just
questions.
put other.
You got too many questions on there already.
Just put other.
Yeah.
Just put other.
What are we doing?
Like the president said of South Africa.
I don't know.
He said one of the golfers or something from South Africa stood up for him. He said, "No, that's not true. 74% of the country farmers are white people, Mr. President. 4% is black. How is it that they taking over their own land? So it ain't the blacks that's doing it. It's nobody's doing it. This is something he wants the world to believe. Nobody's doing it.
You know, I did see in the interview he was talking about how much fake news is floating around in America.
Because he keep faking it.
He from America and he know about fake news. So he's spreading fake news into other countries and shit. He infecting other countries with fake news. So fake news. He the first one that ever said something about fake news. So if all of that is right there, you know, I heard a story a long time ago. If it looked like a duck, sound like a duck, quack like a duck, it must be a duck. So he's saying that Trump is the instigator and creator of fake news. Is that what we're saying?
What we're saying is he ain't got a problem with being in that club.
Oh shit! Okay, all right. He one of them. He one of them.
He ain't got
He ain't one of those. He one of them. He one of them. All right. Do your thing, Playboy. Do your thing, Playboy.
So you saw the plantation that burned down south, the biggest one. The plantation that burnt down
in America.
Down, I want to say New Orleans.
Yeah. Were they really still calling it a plantation?
Yeah, because it was a tourist attraction. It was a museum.
Okay.
So it burned completely. It was history. Oh. So it burnt completely down.
Don't forget where you niggas came.
So basically erasing it from history. Basically.
So you know the 12 inmates that escaped from down there. So they causing this all on the Annabelle doll that they took out the case and took down there to New Orleans. Right?
When did they do this?
Last week.
Yeah, it's been on tour.
Yeah.
It's been on. Who in the hell wrote that?
Annabelle doll.
Who and why?
You ain't heard it?
The movie Annabelle?
But there's a real doll.
It's a real doll.
That
it's like
haunted.
Raggedy Ann and Andy doll.
That was based off real.
Yes,
that's a real thing.
It's a real story.
No, it wasn't slavery, but you know, the Annabelle doll had like when you went
it's
by,
spirits.
you got something happened to you. So
evil.
Now they got it they're taking it on tour, so people can come look at it and get possessed and shit.
Oh,
so they brought this doll. So they brought this doll.
They brought the doll when they brought the doll down south to Louisiana, New Orleans, right? So the plantation caught on fire, right? They said they had it controlled and contained, and it went out, and then it ignited all of it, and it just blew the whole thing. The whole plantation just burnt down.
That's them old slaves that came and burnt that down.
Yeah, they got pictures online with shadows of them.
Yeah, really? Oh, I have not seen that. I just seen the whole thing burning. And they blaming it on the dog thing. Now they blame it on this dog because 12 inmates has escaped from New Orleans. From the
what does that do with this house burning down?
They saying that the energy and the negativity that dog has around it,
they took the dog to the jailhouse. Help me understand, man.
The doll period itself, the entity of the doll, like if it's anywhere in any vicinity, they just took it down there.
The bigotry is strong,
and for this happened.
The force is strong. Okay.
This is what they're saying because they run this doll down south. And she just running rampant on causing chaos.
Where's this doll? Apparently, where's it originated from?
So I want to say Connecticut.
Okay.
I want to say the original story
Like Blair Witch
came
Project type shit?
out of Connecticut.
Witchcraft.
With almost like that, I
Okay.
believe. Almost like the Chucky doll and all that.
Yeah.
This stuff is believable stuff.
We're dealing with spirits. We're dealing with
Spirits.
things of the supernatural.
Yeah, supernatural.
Supernatural.
So I'm bringing that up to say that, you know, we went down to New Orleans. We was down on this. We had a good time and everything. So it was one certain street that you ain't supposed to go down. Like, you can't go to the end of it. And they tell us not to go.
You do know the hotel we stayed in was haunted, right?
We didn't stay in a hotel, did we? We stayed at an Airbnb when we went down there.
You didn't go with us.
Oh, you didn't go? Oh, okay. Well, the hotel that I stayed in when we went down there, that jumper was haunted. Okay.
No.
It was some weird shit going on. You
Yes.
was seeing shit that wasn't there. That was crazy. Anyway.
So, but it must have been on our tour when we took the hunted tour, because me and my girls took the hunted tour on.
Crazy as hell.
We did. We went to the cemetery and all that. So this girl, she rented an Airbnb down there in New Orleans. So the host of the Airbnb said, "Hey, thank you, but I'm just gonna give you a couple of rules. Do not open the door for nobody when it gets dark. For nobody. At night, after midnight, don't open the door. Care what you hear outside, who you thought was outside, don't open the door.
Okay.
Period. Right?
Now this is a story. This ain't your people.
No.
Okay.
This ain't my people.
Okay.
So the lady's telling this girl that, and the girl's thinking this, you know, it's New Orleans. Everybody got a story. She's thinking, ha ha, he, you know, she's thinking the host is playing with it. So she said, okay, she did that. So she said, midnight come, and she heard like 3 little taps at the door, at her front door. So she like,
that was a gin.
I'm here by myself. I ain't expecting nobody, and it's late. You know, it's midnight.
Oh, I know I'm even here.
So yeah. So she wasn't thinking nothing of it. It tapped again 3 times. And so she was like, let me get up and see what's what. So the person was like, hey, I left my wallet in there yesterday. Telling the girl this. And the girl was like, hey, now I just pulled in. The lady said, well, nobody here the day before, blah, blah, blah. And so she said, well, I cracked the door. Now, that was her first mistake. Cracking the door. Now, she called herself not opening the door, but she cracked the door. So that's opening the door, right?
Okay.
So basically, she let that, once she did that, it was gone. The person was gone.
When nobody out there. Shit, that's all in the house.
When nobody out there.
Shit.
So then she did things. She closed the door. She was like, man, I'm tripping. You know, this is suspicious. The lady just trying to scare me. So she ended up calling the lady for the house. She was like, hey, somebody came by here and said they left their wallet. You know, it's just this time, not the nurse. She's like, did you open that door? She said, well, I cracked it. The lady hung up on her.
Shit.
Oh my God, no. You know?
This bitch dead.
And so she's like, hey, why you hang up on me? So she I ain't gonna even address that with you.
I mean, it's a yes or no question.
I'm not gonna answer that. You figure that out.
Oh, we got that. Niggas ain't answering
we ain't answering it. Once we get warm,
we're gonna play a game at the end of the story. What race it is.
Shit.
We're gonna play a game.
Guess the race.
So listen. So she went back to watching TV or whatever. So she heard a knock at the window. And she was like, what the heck? You know, man.
Was she there by herself?
She was there by herself.
Oh, that was shit.
So she said after the 3 knocks at the window, she ended up calling the lady and telling her she's leaving out in the morning. She's not gonna stay the whole time or whatever. So she said when she packed up her stuff, like the next day, she saw like shadows in the Airbnb. And she said she hurry up and got the hell out of there or whatever. She said, I would always listen, tell everybody, I always listen to what they tell you. Don't open the door after such a time.
I left your door wide open, bitch. I'm gone.
They said that was down in New Orleans.
I'm gone.
Yeah.
So
down in New Orleans.
So, you know, when I went down there, when everybody went down there, you know, we took the vampire shit.
The vampire tour.
Yeah, the vampire tour. And you know, that was what they were saying. You know what I'm saying? That's what they were saying. Like, no, don't let no vampire in your head when they come knock on the door. don't open up the door. And it was something, I want to say it was like a lantern or something. It was something that they used to hang at their door or something where vampires, like, they didn't fuck with that shit.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I used to hang, it was like a lantern or it was something, I can't remember. And then, they was like, don't answer that damn door.
Don't open the door.
Yeah, and that vampire culture, like, down there is like, it's
So on the
it's
internet,
fucking real.
I don't know
the stories
if
that they got.
It's in real life, huh?
The stories that they got down there, because they were like legendary stories.
Yeah.
You can't have all them stories and like
it all be false.
Yeah.
Right.
You can't have all these stories.
So
you can't have tours of going around the city and having stories.
They caught one
a vampire on the internet.
How?
Because he was at a party, these two black girls. So I'm gonna tell y'all, they were black chicks dancing with this fine. He was fine too. I'm like, whoa.
Did he look like he was 100,000 years old?
His eyes, you know how our eyes are, we got our pupil or whatever. His eyes were glossed over. Like metallic, almost like metallic. Wasn't no light hitting it, wasn't no nothing. It was just his eyes.
He was drunk. That's what he was drunk. He was high.
He had them contacts.
Oh, wait. You know what I'm saying?
He had them contacts.
Oh, wait.
Y'all should have seen, I've got to pull the story up. But y'all should have seen this man's face, though. He just had this glare like he wanted, they were dancing, him and the girl, and the girlfriend was filming it. And so as he was dancing, he was like mesmerized by her and like kept looking at her neck and looked up and looking at her neck. And I'm like, that was a real live vampire.
She must smell good. She must have had that. She must have had that pretty bitches on, because you know that's pretty bitches be having niggas on. Tripping. She must have.
New Orleans.
You need to follow up story.
Yeah.
I am. I think the girls left that party and left him.
They were scared or something. What they were doing in the bathroom, looking at the video, like, damn, bitch, what you think?
The one girl was really having a good time. She didn't care. She
you
was
know,
getting
when you know you down there, they be having them drinks. They be having them drinks. How you going?
Them hurricanes be.
When I was down there, it just seemed like I couldn't go to sleep. We was just up walking the street at Mardi Gras at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning on Bourbon Street, just walking.
Just
like, we ain't got nothing else to do.
Everybody's home.
Yeah, we probably should have been back in the room, but hey, you know, it is what I survived. I'm here. I ain't dead. I'm still alive. I'm still alive. I'm still alive. Spirits in where? It's already spirits in here. We already had that conversation. Quit playing. It's already spirits in here. Already. Look, I got some spirits right here. You know what I'm saying? I got some spirits right here.
I know, we had a doorbell today. But anyway, B, so that was that. And I just say be careful if you go to New Orleans. You know, if somebody warn you.
Enjoy yourself.
But to the point, also be alert. Because it's always weirdos.
Don't go by your damn self. Take some people's with you.
But opening the door for just some faint little knocks, I mean, quiet little, no, you just don't.
But that's anywhere, though. They say that can be happening anywhere.
Anywhere?
Though. Like anywhere. Like,
you think so?
Yeah,
anywhere in the
Especially at an Airbnb.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody home.
Nobody
shouldn't even be here.
Yeah, nobody know you there. Yeah, the people that you know that know you there, if they ain't already there, they didn't talk to you on the phone and was like, you know, they paid over somewhere else. They not finna pull up.
Yeah, that's their family members. Yeah. They call your people, tell them y'all ain't here. I ain't answering the door.
Unless I was on the phone with somebody and they was like, yeah, I'm outside right now. All right, what you driving?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't see no lights, man.
I think it's really creepy, though.
I see the lights.
I think that's really creepy that she let that spirit in and didn't listen to the lady.
I mean,
you found it. That's the video. How you know I was talking about that? Look at that man.
Because he heard you. He heard you.
Look at his face. Look, you see his face.
Yeah.
And what he looking like and how he looking at the girl.
That nigga was drunk.
You think he was drunk?
He was drunk.
He was a vampire.
I ain't seen the video.
He was a vampire.
He was drunk. That's all that was.
They said he was a vampire.
The drugs and certain alcohols are how you a certain kind of way.
Really? Yeah, they call him just a weirdo.
I mean, and it's them people. They out there too. They do exist. They do exist.
Oh my
I
gosh.
couldn't, I couldn't believe because they say vampire. I guess I don't know. I guess it's a myth or a mystery, but they say vampires have no reflection. You know what I'm saying? So how in the hell would he have a reflection in a camera if a camera is basically mirrors? So how would he have a reflection? How would you catch him on
How
tape?
would you catch him on the film?
I mean, how would you be able to catch that?
I don't know.
That's
They
real
call it-
interesting. You know, all the vampire movies.
Well, you
especially-
know, with all the I told you, he look creepy.
There's some weirdos out there, man. That's New
Show
Orleans,
me.
man.
Nah, bring that and show him.
That's New
so he can
Orleans,
see.
man. You gonna see all kind of shit in New Orleans.
Yeah, of course we seen all kind of stuff.
Kind of shit in New
But-
Orleans.
Yeah.
They're pretty contact.
But look at it. He has like no. He's just blank.
Has no emotional facial.
No emotion, no nothing.
Not even that, bro. Like we went to a what was it?
Oh man, come on, man. That dude.
That dude
on the he on a certain side of the
And they
spectrum.
kicking, they having fun, and he just look at him.
You would swear it was a vampire later.
I've just seen some people on drugs act like that. So
Okay.
It's a
tough drugs, man.
Okay.
Okay.
You walk in there.
Yeah.
The stuff they got in there on the board, the statues and shit.
Yeah. It's like okay.
You in the vampire later.
all them hanging out in there.
I was like, yeah, it's time to go, y'all.
Straight up. See what I'm saying?
No.
See what I'm saying? And that's a black man. We know what time it is. Black folk know what time it is.
Then they stopped everybody just so they can play some weird ass music so she can put voodoo on everybody.
What?
I said, hey, see, it's time to go.
Yeah,
I know.
Black folk know what time it is when they see that bullshit coming.
No.
Hey,
I can't.
hey, you know, the air ain't right in here. I can't breathe. It's time to go. It's time to go.
Anyway,
Yeah, this ain't for us.
I'm Lady Leo. Come and hang out with us next week. It's the end of the month. We got first Saturday coming up.
That ain't my people.
Oh, Lord.
That ain't my
First Saturday's coming up. We need y'all to come on now. We got game night on the 31st.
Yeah,
come
game
on
night.
out.
Yeah, check out the QR code.
Check
get
it
that.
out.
Get your tickets.
Thanks. Shout out to Smoky Face. Shout out to LB Graphics. 51 Vision. Thank you.
Shout out to WITB.
WITB, the
All
King,
Okay.
Pink
All of
Palace.
that.
Come and check everything out, people. We love to see you.
We out
I'm
this
Lady
bitch.
Leo.
And I'm not that big.
Hey, cheers, dang, baby. We didn't have no.
Here.
We didn't have no shots.
Yeah, no doorbell. That's the first ever in history.
I know, right?
They
And
do
they
it. Just,
stop them though.
it might be broke. Hell, it's been bringing all damn back here.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing.
She's easy.
Cheers.
Bye.